Welcome, welcome. My name is Artemis, and I like to read and knit and play games. Today we're doing day 2 of Strange Horticulture, a game where you own a plant shop in this strange little town of Undermere. But before we get into that, I would love for you to comment down below and tell me about something good that happened this week. For me, I learned how to make banana oat mug cakes, and it is my new favorite breakfast. They are so good. Plus, it's using up all of those frozen bananas in my freezer. You know how you buy bananas and you don't quite get through all the bananas, so you throw the rest of them in your freezer because you'll cook something with them eventually one day. Yeah, so I have like a year's worth of bananas taking up space in my freezer. But now they're becoming mug cake breakfast. Alright, let's get back into this. Strange Horticulture Day 2. Now, let's see, did we have the will to explore? Did we have anything that we needed to explore? I don't believe so. We have no letters that are left unattended. So, let's start with our first customer of the day. Isidore Burbage. Bring me a sample of Apis demesis, and be quick about it. That damn cat is setting off my allergies. Shouldn't have an animal in a shop like this. Oh, goodness. He's not very friendly, and he doesn't like our kitty Hellbore. Poor Hellbore. Well, that's alright. What is this button? This seems like a new button. Oh, we have a new bio of this guy. Let's see what it has to say. Burbage is a rich man who inherited a fortune but never experienced the love of his parents. He expects people to do his bidding and is quick to anger. There are many in Undermere who would be glad to see the back of him. But with wealth comes power, and few would challenge him to his face. Oh, and he's the barrister. Oh dear. Well, he seems like somebody important to have on our side. So he wanted Apis demesis. I don't know what that is. So let's consult our strange book of plants. Oh my, we're just going to have to flip through this, aren't we? Apis demesis, Episcopus pelibant, Butrium dixerat, Marsilia clavis, Agricola timor, Camomum silva, Camomum vulpis, here it is, Apis demesis, Gandry root, a plant with medicinal properties that can aid with digestive troubles when prepared correctly. Care must be taken, however, as the rough leaves can be an irritant. Only the petals are safe for consumption. I vaguely recall that yesterday in the game, I had examined something with rough petals. I think it might have been this thing. The leaves are coarse to the touch. Yes, then those flowers look to be the right shape. Let's see. Wonderful, we've identified Gandry root. What have we learned? Meekdew, Mollis fidum. The beautiful flowers, made up of many smaller florets, make this a sought-after decorative plant, although it is difficult to care for. It may be a pleasant-looking plant, but touching the leaves against bare skin will result in painful sores. Oh my. Also, I turned on automatic labeling, so it's going to label plants for us as we discover what they are. Well, alright then. Next customer. Oh, it's Mr. Chafer the mailman again. Lake Undermere is looking fine in the sunshine today. Here's your mail. Fancy wax seal. Oh, it's from Amos Duncan again. There's an old slate mine at Hard Knot that has some interesting looking fungi growing in it. I've never seen anything like them before. They seem to have found a niche in the damp, dark tunnels left by the tramways. I thought you might be interested. Warmest regards, Amos Duncan. Okay. The old slate mine at Hard Knot. Let's go exploring. Now, Hard Knot was here. And it doesn't say that there's a slate mine specifically around there, so let's just go straight to Hard Knot. What does it say? An iron gate, rusted by years of abandonment, sits across the entrance to the tram tunnel. Rusted it may be, but it won't budge. Locked. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, that's very disappointing. Let's take care of another customer. Oh, Kitty looks so scared. Reuben Ward. I'm headed to Grisdale Forest, investigating a possible murder there. Can't say I'm looking forward to it. The Sisterhood are a secretive lot, and they're not keen to talk to me. Their leader, the Arda, or whatever they call her, she's dead. My instinct is they're hiding something. And he wants Fox Button. Away with you, map. Put the letter away. Goodness, we're not doing very well with keeping things organized today, are we? Now, you wanted Fox Button. Camomum vulpus. An offering of Fox Button is considered by some to represent a contract of friendship between strangers. Thick, shiny leaves grow in opposing pairs along the stems. Let's see. Opposing pairs. This seems to have opposing pairs of leaves. Blue flowers, stiff leaves. It could be this. Is there anything that looks like a likely candidate? What are you doing way over here? I'm quite certain I put you over here. You're the wandering one that wanders in the dark. Naughty plant. Okay, well, there's nothing else with opposing pairs of leaves, so I think it must be... Oh, unless it's this. It smells of nothing that I can detect. That... really doesn't help. It could be either of those. Well, this one specifically mentions the leaves. So let's try this one. Oh no, that wasn't Fox Button. Uh-oh. Oh, and we filled in some of the rising dread. Oh dear. Well, I suppose it was maybe this one. Yay. What have we learned? Brimlog. Folium caldarius. Those suffering from hypothermia can be rescued by a draft made using leaves from the brimlock plant. It has a warming effect that protects against extreme cold. When conditions are just right in the cold of winter, brimlock produces small yellow flowers. The leaves are waxy and tough. Fascinating. Right, but how I've identified this, so I'm going to bring it over to my pile of identified plants. It's a very solid organizational system. Absolutely nothing can go wrong with this plan whatsoever. Now, is this something I can click on? I have a growing fear deep within me. Oh, what did it say? I cannot let it take hold. My, sounds very sinister indeed. But since I only have that one place to go from that one letter, and I don't seem to have the key required to get into it. Oh, I just had a thought. One of these plants, I seem to recall, has the ability to unlock things. Oh, what was it? Something has the ability to unlock things. Something could unlock things. And I think it was something that I've identified. Goodness. This is not helpful. It's not a bishop's parasol. It's not the brimlock that we just learned about. It's not the butterdale. Oh, lovelock, yes. Clavilium can be used to open any lock. We need to bring Clavilium with us to that locked gate so that we can get our fancy fungi. Okay, let's identify some Clavilium. I think it might be this. Smooth, waxy leaves. Heart-shaped leaves? Do you suppose these are heart-shaped? They don't look especially heart-shaped. Let's see if we've got something more heart-shaped. Oh, that looks a bit heart-shaped. The flowers are made up of many smaller blue flowers. They smell pleasant. Those look much more heart-shaped. I think this is the best candidate. So, now that I've identified that as the tall blue stalked flowers, let's go explore. It was hard knot, Clavilium, which I think is this. Let's try it. I was right. What have we learned? Aguiria, or Cyphus spectaculum. When burned, incense made from the woody stem can enhance psychic abilities, strengthening the clarity of visions and prophecies. Light blue flowers, like rounded tufts of gentle lamb's wool, characterize this plant. That sounds very fun. Yes, the gate swings open slowly, complaining loudly on its rusty hinges. After a short exploration of the tunnel, I am rewarded. We found 3 plants. Oh my goodness. 3 new species of fungi. Oh my goodness, what a good day. These are in the way of my pile of plants that I've identified. They can go over here. I'm really going to have to find some way of boxing this thing in so it stops wandering around my shelves, which is such an odd thing to say about plants. Alright. explored that, so we can archive it. So let's serve another customer. Victoria Gray is back. I was able to make out the whispered voices last night with the help of the St. John's poppy. Good, good. There's a medium using the room, illegally I might add, holding midnight seances for gullible grievers. Oh no, is there a plant you know of that I could use to give them a scare and drive them away? I need my sleep. Alright, and she wants the Harlequin Blue. So if we consult our book, the Harlequin Blue, Scura caerulea. When the bushy blue flower heads die back, they release seeds with a downy pappus, which assists in wind dispersal. Once dried and hardened, the stems can be burned as incense. As they burn, they let out high-pitched shrieks, widely believed to be the spirits of dead souls trapped within the plant. Oh my. Miss Gray is really going to give them a scare. Bushy blue flower heads, something that I haven't identified. Bushy blue flower heads. Bushy blue flower, that's not blue, that's purple. Bushy blue flower heads. They release seeds with a downy, this is very tricky. Blue flower heads. Bushy blue flower heads. It's probably not that. Could it be that? Dark blue petals are soft and feathery to the touch. My fingers ache from handling this plant. No, that's not it. It's not that. We've identified that. We've identified our lemon dandy and our clavilium. And these are... There's nothing hiding down here. No. These are sorted mushrooms. That's not a bushy blue flower. Goodness, they've made this one quite tricky. Perhaps it's not in bloom right now. Something downy, maybe, with woody stems. Wonder... Red fruits, long flat leaves. No, it doesn't say anything about fruits. Can't have fruits. Bushy blue flower heads. Is it this? Blue flowers, stiff leaves. Maybe it's that. That really doesn't look anything like that, though. But it seems to be the best thing that I've got, so let's find out. Oh goodness. That was not a harlequin blue. And my dread is rising. Bushy blue flower heads. Oh wait, these are bushy and somewhat blue. Blue flowers, light airy scent. They're bushy, okay. Perhaps it's this. There we go. Now we found it. What have we learned? Shimmerlung, Animatus lumensis. The dried stem of the shimmerlung burns very brightly and noisily, letting off a near blinding white-purple light. Flowers grow wrapped in large ridged leaves. That sounds like a fascinating plant. Alright. Let's see if we can do better with our next customer. Bethany Coleman. You may have heard the rumors that our Arda is dead. May Arduina bring her spirit peace. The nature of her death is unusual. The sisterhood does not often look to outside help, but this is beyond our knowledge. If you show my sisters this letter, they will allow you entry to the forest. To be assured of your discretion, we require that you use Mary's breath to bind yourself to secrecy. I remember reading about Mary's breath. Here. Salatum regis. The wide, waxy leaves allow this plant to collect the large amount of water it requires. It is said that a person can be bound to secrecy using Mary's breath. It used to be grown in the royal gardens so that the king could ensure the trust of his confidants. But the practice fell out of favor. Wide, waxy leaves. Wide, waxy leaves. Do you have wide, waxy leaves? No. Do not. What about your wide, waxy leaves? Smooth, waxy leaves? I think it might be this. Oh goodness, it was not that. Oh dear, our dread has risen. What happens now? A shiver travels down my spine. My mind is broken. Well, we should put the pieces back together then. Oh, that doesn't go there, does it? Oh my. This is slightly more complex than initially advertised. Let's see, I think this sliver might go there. And well, that doesn't work either. Interesting. We need to match the double line back here. Does that... well, that matches with that piece. You look like you might fit. Oh, yes, you do. Okay, but there's still another piece in here with double lines. You seem to have double lines. Oh, but you don't match there. You do match over there. Alright. So now, this seems to be a single line here. So perhaps this piece? Not yet. Perhaps this piece? Nope. But those two go together. Maybe... oh goodness. This is surprisingly tricky. That goes there. What do we have to work with? We have this dotted line here. I wonder if it fits in here somewhere. No, it most definitely does not. It does seem as though it should almost fit in there somewhere. My goodness. Oh, here we go. There's that. I wonder if we can match this line in here. It's not. Oh. We're getting closer. Dotted line. Dotted line. Now you're part of a curve. Oh, do I have these pieces backwards? I do. Oh, there we go. And now this piece comes in here. I feel revived. My mind is whole again. There's a hint button to the right of the shop screen. It might be helpful if you get stuck. I was not stuck. I merely misidentified some plants. Thank you. Oh my, we don't have to start the day again, do we? That seems overly difficult. Let's pet the cat. That'll make us feel better, right? Alright. New customer. Oh, you're back. Yes, okay. We do get to try her again. Now, she wanted Mary's breath, which had wide, waxy leaves. Do you have wide, waxy leaves? No. Perhaps you do. Cream-colored flowers, they smell wonderful. Mary's breath does not say anything about why good-smelling flowers. It has a scent that scratches at the back of my throat. That doesn't sound pleasant at all. Wide, waxy leaves. Do you have wide, waxy leaves? I don't think so. A light buttery scent. Oh, you're the Butterworth? I don't remember what it was called. No, this was the one that we decided it was not that. It's not any of the ones we've identified. It is most definitely not that. This might have wide, waxy leaves. The veined leaves have a waxy finish. Okay, that seems promising. Let's try that. There. And we got the letter that will allow us to go to the forest. We have failed in our duty as protectors of the forest. Our secrets have been stolen, and the Arda has been murdered. You will find us deep in Grisdale Forest, a mile from the lakeshore, across from Torver. Please help us. Yours in hope, the Sisterhood of Arduina. My. Well, I think we're going on a little field trip, but I do believe we had a bio. We should probably know who we're going to go see. Bethany Coleman, the sister. Beth was born into a loving family, but never felt settled. She sought out a higher purpose when she was still young and left home at 14 to join the Sisterhood of Arduina. The head of the sisterhood, the Arda, took a liking to her and helped her to develop a renewed purpose, caring for the forest and putting her faith in the goddess Arduina. Now her mentor has been murdered, and Beth is looking for answers. Oh goodness. So dark. Well, I don't know what answers we might have. Let's put that with the other identified plants. That watering can is getting in the way again. Well, let's go for a trip. Now, what did they say? Deep in Grisdale Forest, that's here. A mile from the lakeshore across from Torver. This is Torver, so that's the lakeshore. A mile from the lakeshore. That doesn't seem like it's deep in the forest, so it's probably here. Let's try here. As soon as I step off the road, 2 members of the sisterhood step out and remind me that this is their forest. I am not welcome here. I try showing them the sister's letter, but they tell me I'm in the wrong place and move me along without offering any help. Well, that's unfortunate. Well, we'll try again later. Next customer. Oh, Isidore Burbage is back. I'm this close to reporting you, Halfwit. The last plant you gave me has made my skin itch furiously. I'll have your little shop shut down and torn to the ground if you don't make this right. Oh my. I need to think carefully about which plant to use here. My actions could have consequences. Okay. Well, let's fold this map up. We don't need that right now. Butrium dixorat. Butterdale has been used for centuries as a cure for all manner of skin rashes. That seems like something for itching skin, but let's double check Meekdew and see what that does. Meekdew. Cincinus maturus. Among other use. No, that's Mellow Glow. Oh my goodness. Meekdew. Mollus fidum, the beautiful flower made up of many smaller florets, sought after decorative plant, though it's different. Touching the leaves against the bare skin will result in painful sores. Oh goodness, no, we definitely want the Butterdale. We definitely want the Butterdale. Now, we'd accidentally found a buttery smelling flower a moment ago. I think it was this one. Yes, that has the fun shaped leaves. It's definitely this one. You'll enjoy this much better than the other one. And what have we learned? Storian. Enteritus dulcis. The dark red fruits should not be ingested under any circumstances, as they are highly poisonous, resulting in insanity and then death. Oh my. I wonder if that's this one here, or perhaps this one. A cross-section of the stem shows the distinctive triple xylem and pholem of the Storian. So scientific, that really doesn't help me identify it on the shelf at all. Anyway, this can come over here with my identified plants. And it looks like it could be the end of the day, so let's try once again to find the correct location in the Grisdale Forest. This apparently was too deep in the forest. Oh, we have a little legend down here, so each square is indeed a mile. So if this is the lake shore, then a mile in is only here. Okay, let's try that. A sister tries to stop me from entering, but I show her the letter, and she lets me through. I am ushered into a walled courtyard, and then through a large oak door, along a corridor, and down a set of stone stairs, into a cool basement. Lying on a table, draped in silk, is the Arda. There is not a mark on her, but her open eyes are black, her mouth, her veins, her hair, all black as a raven's wing. Oh, I think there's a plant in our collection that does that. Do you know what could do this? Asks my escort. I set to work. Wren, yes. Wren. Ipsum flavus. The long leaves of the wren are known to turn black in the presence of certain poisons, and so can be used to detect them. Though it has no flower, it is said to smell unpleasant to those who have known death, and sweet to those who have not. Interesting. I bet this is going to tell us something of the story for us. That looks an awful lot like this one. It has a scent that scratches at the back of my throat. Could be that. If it scratches at the back of my throat, that implies that, in this game at least, I've known death. I think everything else is either a mushroom or has a flower of some sort. Well, except for this. But that doesn't have long leaves. This has long leaves. And small red berries. That's definitely not it. Alright, it's got to be this thing. Yes, alright. Well, let's start with this. I extract a sample of the Arda's blood and introduce it to the wren, and my suspicions are confirmed immediately. The leaves of the wren turn black, which can only mean one thing. Gilded dendra poisoning. That was the one. Upon presenting my findings, I am rushed away quickly. The sisters do not want me hanging around, it seems. They do, however, send me on my way with a couple of plants grateful for. Oh, goodness. Alright, so because I identified the wren, I get gray sandfire in my book. Sebulum canis. Sandfire has a tough outer bark, which has many useful properties. Some chew it as a form of dental hygiene, taking care not to swallow it, as it can cause unpleasant stomach distress. The flame-like tendrils give off a smoky scent, adding to the impression of a roaring fire. Oh, that's going to be this one, the gray sandfire. That looks a bit like a fire. Wonderful. And what plants did I collect? Oh, these are so fun. They're like spiky blue sunflowers. Alright, let's close that up. That's been dealt with. We have no other places that we need to explore just now, so let's pull this over here with the other plants that I understand. Put that over there. And then I suppose there's nothing left to do but end the day. Pet the cat first. What card will we draw tonight? North of Hawkshead, east of Lowick, west of Rustland, south of Crinkle Crags. The book both fascinated and terrified her in equal measure, and after studying it for some time, she reached a decision. She would never use the power she had discovered. She would hide the book where it could never be found. Oh, goodness. Day 3, Sunday. Only Sunday and already so many mysteries. Oh, Helbor's asleep. I think that means it's time for us to go to sleep too. So I will say, until next time, good night.